So I know this is pretty topical, making a pressure video like literally a day before the big Doors update drops. But you know what? I don't really care. I just wanted to talk about this a bit. Kind of the future of pressure, at least lore-wise. I mean, I'm not in the Discord server. I don't really know what updates are there. So keep in mind, purely a lore perspective, I am not in the Discord server. I don't know what like updates are planned for the future. So I could be completely wrong. It could be like an actual like bumbling idiot buffoon creature. So yeah, but based on the lore of what was in the Friendly Fire update, I kind of wanted to talk about what I think the future of Pressure's world will be in the days to come, weeks to come, years to come, whatever. So kind of a more laid back video, so be sure to like and subscribe, and let's just really get into it. So just going over the Friendly Fire update a bit, there was a lot of things that were added into the room generation that are pretty interesting. However, most of them are just Easter eggs. However, I think probably the biggest addition and something that was made a lot more prominent is the security system and the AI that is hooked up to it, namely Painter. Painter is a very, very interesting character in the world of Pressure. Not only does he have ties to Sebastian, but he also has a pretty tragic history, especially if you read his lore document, that kind of details the whole deal about him. And just in general, he's both a very fun, very like Portal GLaDOS-esque antagonist, but he's also very like not kind. It's kind of like a sad backstory, you know. Basically, he's like the supercomputer that was made by this guy that Urban Shade kind of swooped up after they killed the guy. And he was like an AI that was created to like make art of stuff. But they basically made him mine cryptocurrency called ROBLOX, which we'll come back to this. This actually plays into a theory that I have. But basically he was forced to mine cryptocurrency forever. And he basically had this plan where more or less he planned on essentially frying his own circuits, basically to kill himself so he doesn't have to mine cryptocurrency anymore. I guess something happened after the black site lockdown thanks to Sebastian. I assume Painter became aware of Sebastian, and the two of them kind of made like a deal to get out. Since Painter wanted to escape, Sebastian obviously wanted to escape, I assume, or at least just prevent the player from getting the crystal. Because he doesn't want Urban Shade to have it due to all the stuff that's happened. If you want lore, just watch someone else's video who's made it, or maybe mine, I don't know. But basically, Sebastian told Painter to prevent the player from getting the crystal, just as long as he does that. So basically, Sebastian told Painter, prevent the player from getting the crystal at all costs, and in return, once this whole thing goes to pot, then I'll just get you out of here. Which, well, we don't know if he delivered on this promise or not, because we don't really know what happens after the ending of the game. But regardless, I think it's safe to assume that Sebastian probably left him behind. So that's just kind of lore. That's pretty cut and dry, right? Well, honestly, no. I think there's something a bit more to this. I think the world of Pressure, the world that it's building up in these documents and that we're seeing, I think it's going to extend far beyond just one game. Now, the reason I say this is, well, while I think Pressure will probably receive content updates in the future, I don't think they're ever going to make like a floor 2 like Doors. The game is not set up to be that way. It's all the content is packed in just this one thing, and then once you finish it, it's over. Like the end of the game does not leave really much room for there to be a direct sequel to Pressure. Like there's not going to be a Pressure floor 2. I don't count on it. However, there's still a lot that can be done with the world that Pressure has created, because Pressure is a world that mixes so much Roblox terminology with SCP and real world like things and mythos, and that combination of the real world and its mythos, and like Roblox and its own like community mythos, it creates a very fascinating world that I feel not only could it be explored, but I think it will be explored, because ladies and gentlemen, I think that Urban Shade is going to quite literally go down the route Roblox kind of group science games. I'm talking like Pinewood and Innovation, if you've ever heard of those. I did talk about this briefly in a previous video. They are actually canon to Pressure's lore, thanks to the Sebastian lore document, where it says that he sold off a lot of Urban Shade's secrets following the black site to these other companies. They are considered rivals and competitors to Urban Shade within the lore, and this shows that Urban Shade is, at least in the lore of the game, a competitor to these groups. And in the real world, Innovation especially, they have multiple different game projects under specific groups that are broken into little divisions. And each one focuses on a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure you've heard of the Innovation Inc. spaceship, or the Innovation Labs. Those are some really popular games from like back in the day that were created by this group that has like this shared mythos and history behind it. There's and I think that's what Pressure's going to do. I think it's going to be a bunch of these games under the Urban Shade umbrella, with different divisions. So, like, obviously, Pressure itself is managed by the Hadel division. There probably could be other black sites, because we know there's other black sites that Urban Shade has created. We know it's a massive company, just like on the scale of Innovation in like the real world. Roblox it's kind of hard to explain this, because it's like a real group on Roblox, but it's also not real, but it's also like in the lore, but it's also like a group that you can physically join. It's strange talking about it, but hopefully you understand what I'm trying to say here. Essentially, I feel like if there are any expansions to Pressure's world, it's going to come in the form of a completely different game using the same like world. And I think that's how we'll get expansions, if I were to guess. I don't know what Zeal plans to do. It seems like something that he would do, but I don't know the guy personally. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about that. I thought it was a pretty interesting detail there. But I want to know what you guys think the future of Pressure is, especially if you're in the Discord server and you know, because I'm not there. You can enlighten me. That's just kind of my little theory on it. So, yeah, that's really all I got for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe and all that stuff if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.
Are you being intentionally dense?